Your brain is pretty smart. It can give you 1,000 reasons to do something, and it can give you 1,000 reasons to not do something. What's good, guys? It's your boy Chad here from Fun Simping. In today's video topic, we're jumping into 3 ways you're going to stay broke. These are habits I want you guys to break so you can have a much more successful 2023. Let's rock. But before we jump into today's video topic, I want you to join my free Discord. In this Discord, we go over each other's dating app profiles. We give each other free game, free advice, and it costs nothing. So I want you to join. I want your perspective in the Discord. Also, if you're trying to turn into a freaking playboy, get your dates up, get your confidence game up, get your riz game up, I have a one-on-one mentorship where I turn you into a freaking beast. You work with me one-on-one for 8 weeks. Link for that is in the description down below. So let's get to it, guys. 3 things that will keep you broke. Let's go. Now, guys, I'm not any type of financial advisor, okay? This video is not how to get rich, okay? I'm not even rich. But I definitely know 3 things that will keep you broke, and you guys may have at least one of these. So hopefully you can put one of these things to rest so you can have a much more prosperous and successful 2023. Number 1 is you are scared to take a risk. Guys, listen. If you are 18 to 24, 25 right now, this is like the best time to take a risk. You don't have a huge mortgage. You don't have a family, right? You're usually a single guy. So take the risks right now. I'm the type of guy where I much rather take a risk, fail, okay, than sit in a cubicle going, damn, what if? What if I chased that dream? Because guys, I can't name any people who are successful that I know that didn't take a risk. Some of you guys are familiar with Steph is Cold. He's one of the more poppin' people in this space right now.
I'm gonna dig your guts out to you.
And he took his stuff and drove from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, all the way down to Texas by himself and worked 2-3 different jobs and took a risk by freaking driving down from Milwaukee all the way down to Texas. But guess what? If he never took that risk, he wouldn't be where he's at. He would tell you that. I'm just assuming that, but he would probably tell you that if I called this nigga right now, right? So you need to take risks, guys. If you're never taking risks, I promise you, you will not get far. You will stay in that 50 to 70K range max, but it's gonna be a lot harder to get into that 100, 200s, and millions by just playing it safe. I heard a movie quote that said, in order to be someone you've never been, you have to do something you've never done. So if you're trying to become a YouTuber, you're trying to start your own copywriting business, editing system, you're gonna have to take that risk and get started, get your feet wet and pay somebody to a mentor or pay somebody to even start. But you have to take that risk. So let me tell you a bit about my risk, right? When I walked off the field as a senior in high school for football, and football was my dream, I thought to myself, damn, well, this is it. I'm gonna have to be a normal schoolboy and just go to school and be like everybody else. But then I met somebody that changed my life. And he told me, listen, bro, you're funny, you're outgoing, you should become a YouTuber. You should try that. I started doing YouTube while I was working my 9-to-5 job. Then I got over doing YouTube, right? And I got into videography. Now here's the kicker with videography. I wanted to have a full-time job and do videography, but I couldn't make a full-time living as a videographer until I quit my full-time job at Nordstrom. So what did I do? I dropped out of school. Yep, I dropped out of Nordstrom. Then I got a business card and I went door to door at a plaza, right? Coffee shop, barber shop, tattoo shop, and I was selling myself every single day till eventually I got enough business to where I could at least work and pay bills comfortably. I guarantee you, if I never quit Nordstrom, I'd probably still be there. Why? Because it was comfortable. It was comfortable to show up to a job knowing for a guarantee I'm gonna get a check every single week. But I wasn't happy with the money I was making. I wasn't happy that I was still living with my parents. Like, I didn't like those things, so I had to level up. And leveling up, I had to take a risk or else I would just stay in the same place. The second thing that's going to keep you broke is hanging around friends that don't believe in you. Guys, you gotta understand, when you take your risk, right, and you go try to do something on your own, or you go back to school and try to get that master's degree, whatever you want to do, right? People who are your friends, they may not see your vision. If your friend is super comfortable working for somebody, which is fine, I'm not shaming anybody that does. If you say, hey, I want to start a clothing company, they'll say, well, why do you want to start a clothing company? There's already a bunch of clothing companies out there. It's just too saturated. Or they'll say, hey, bro, like, why do you want to start a YouTube channel? There's already so many YouTube channels out there. These types of people are going to keep you broke because they're small-minded. People are taking advice from their friends who barely have 2 pennies to rub together. Next time your friends shit on your dream, ask them for $1,000. They probably won't have even in their bank account. People who are small-minded, guys, will always bring you down. They will always do it. People who are, who have a, they see a bigger future, maybe have their own business or they're grinding themselves, they're always going to bring you up. So if you listen to your friends who don't have 2 pennies to rub together, they're always going to bring you back down. If you were to hang out with me or any of my friends and you tell them, hey, I want to start a company, I want to start this, they're going to uplift you because they see that as, they really see that as the best way out. And if you were to tell me, hey, bro, I'm comfortable working for somebody for the rest of my life, I'll go, okay, well, if that's what you want to do that. But have you ever thought about X, Y, or Z? Like, I'm always going to try to push someone to be the best version of themselves. Because one thing I always tell myself is, for most people, when you want to start your own thing, it's foreign to most people. It's foreign to most people to step out of their comfort zone. I know a lot of people who've worked the same job since high school. They're still there stocking shelves, and to them that's comfortable. So when I told my friends I want to, leave the job and go do something new, they were like, oh, why? Well, you have it good here. Like, what I'm saying? Like, they were so comfortable with staying in the same place. So if you listen to those friends, right, who are still doing the same shit 4 or 5 years ago, they got what, a $6 raise since 4 or 5 years, something small like that. Don't let them tell you it's not worth it. Listen to people you want to trade places with, okay? The people you want to trade places with, take their advice. Pay for mentorship. Take them to coffee. Bring them value. Do whatever you need to do, get around people who you want to be like, because those are the people who are going to bring you up and not put you down. The third thing that is going to keep you poor is you waiting for the perfect time. Listen, guys, the perfect time is never going to come. I'm sorry, it's never coming. Your brain is pretty smart. It can give you 1,000 reasons to do something, and it can give you 1,000 reasons to not do something. So if your mind is set on staying average, set on staying the same, oh, I want to move out of my parents' house, your brain is going to say, oh, well, do you have a year or 2 years worth of money saved up? Do you have perfect credit yet? You should wait for perfect credit and wait for $10,000 a month and then go. Your brain is always going to give you reasons why you shouldn't do something. But here's the thing. You're never going to have a perfect time. Something's always going to come up. You're always going to be a little bit uncertain, especially if it's a risk. If it's a risk, your body's always going to try to protect you from risk because it doesn't want you to get hurt. So the perfect timing is never going to come. It's just not. So I'd much rather you commit first and ask questions later. Now, obviously, don't be an idiot, right? Have some preparation, please. But you waiting for the perfect time, your brain's always going to think of a new excuse. Oh, I need to lose more weight first. Oh, I need to do this first. Oh, I need to have this much money. Oh, I have this much money saved up. Your brain is always going to think of something to say when it's time to elevate, okay? Because when your body feels that you're uncomfortable, it'll give you a reason you can cope with. The perfect time is never going to come. I want you to commit to a goal and then figure out the rest later. Do that for me. Commit first and ask all the questions later. All right, boys, that was my 3 things that are going to keep you poor. If you have all those things and all those things are things you're currently dealing with, try to weed them out one by one. I think the easiest thing first is to stop listening to your friends, because if they're in the same place, the same city, the same town, the same job for when you left and went to college, and you come back home and they're still doing the same shit, don't listen to them. They don't know what they're freaking talking about. If you're scared of taking a risk, that's fine. That's majority of most people. But here's the thing. If you don't take any risks at all in life, you're gonna have a very, very boring life. I took risks. I took a lot of risks, and I love where I'm at. I have 0 regrets, okay? Commit first and just figure out the rest later. That's what I've done for most of my life, and it's worked out for me. I want the best for y'all. I love you guys, and I'm looking forward to making new content for you guys in 2023. Let's go. Peace, guys.